Producers be like, you just trust the producer, guys. Are you even on?
Yeah, trust me.
Oh, trust
Trust in the process.
trust the producer. Hey, wherever you are right now, just vibe to the music. You know what I'm saying? Just do a little dance, a little jig. You know, whatever makes you feel comfortable. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like you need a radio show.
Who, me? It's called the Ghost Podcast. I mean, you know, that would be cool though. You know, yeah. Somebody want to sponsor a radio show for us? You know,
There you go.
send us some money. We trying to
Hey,
get our
Spotify
people
sessions.
paid for real. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So we are back. The Goats Podcast is here. Season 2, episode 2.
What?
Boom, 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 boom,
That's
boom.
wild.
Unfortunately, George is not able to join us today. He ain't feeling well, so send up some prayers for him. But we got a fill-in producer, Dave Benoit.
Yeah, I'm here.
He's doing 2 tasks today, producing and recording.
My best. I'm gonna do
I mean, he is a man of many talents, though. So, you know, producing, videography, breakdance, painting, right? What else do you do?
Biking. You now bike.
He a biker now, too?
Yeah, I do too much. In my opinion, I feel like it doesn't sound too great. Okay.
That's
Yeah.
right, when you producer and on the
Right.
podcast.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I do a lot of different things. Yeah. Breaking, artist, animator. I just started making music too now.
Oh, snap. Like rapping, singing?
Well, no, like people keep trying to get me to rap, but I can't rap. I just want to be an R&B like guitarist who can rap if they felt like it.
That's funny.
Who can
That's
break
interesting.
dance and then hop on a bike?
Right. I mean,
Yeah.
you literally could.
Yeah.
Have the camera recording, everything.
Right. I could set the whole thing up, I guess. But yeah.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for sitting in.
Yeah,
course,
appreciate
Really
it.
anytime.
appreciate it.
Yeah. I'm a fan.
Yeah, and of course we got, you know, the house. We got some house guests in the building. Of course, Mary on the BTS shots. Got my mentee Robin out here. He's over here chilling. And then you know, our special guest. I'm gonna let Sophie introduce our special guest because they related.
Oh, word? I did not know that.
Kinda.
Yeah,
kinda.
we
So-
are related.
Yeah.
In some sort of bloodline history, which it's messed up that we don't know here today. The specifics of it.
Gotta figure that out.
Nonetheless, we have today Guillermo Sotelo, also known as ASMA.Speeks, or just Asma.
Asthma.
Okay,
Yeah, just
your
asthma.
Instagram is ASMA.Speeks.
Yup,
Okay,
yup.
very good. Well, we are honored to have you
And I'm
because you
honored
have
to be
dabbled
here.
in a lot of things,
Facts.
and we're here to, you know, get your energy on things and get your intel.
Yeah.
So welcome.
Thank you so much. Appreciate you guys having me.
Hey man. So we met at the Cultivate event last year at the Gram. We were just chopping it up, and he was like, "Hey, I know. What did you say? I'm trying to remember."
I was like, hey, I know you.
Basically.
It's like the Ghost Podcast, right?
Yeah. He
Oh,
was
so
like,
you guys met like really recently?
Yeah, it was like last year.
Oh, wow.
Around this time, I think.
Really? Just
think so.
wow.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
Yeah. He was like, "Yeah, you know, Sophie's my cousin.
Yeah.
We related." Something. I was like, "That's crazy." I was just like,
Yeah.
"Man, small world, for real."
Yeah.
But yeah, I just wanted to, you know, I enjoy like being able to get to know artists and get to know other artists that, you know, don't do the creative medium that I do. So being able to just, you know, understand how you got into what you're doing right now, you know. So if you just want to kind of give us kind of like one, like, you know, what do you do currently? But then kind of like the backstory of like how you got into that, what inspired you, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah. So right now, I feel like I'm doing a lot. I'm doing murals and doing some digital work. Digital work heavy, like. Wow.
Oh, I can't wait to see the digital stuff because I know you got some in the tank.
I'm trying. Digital stuff's been kind of tough to learn, but we're doing stuff like that. I just recently did a poster design for Lions and Rabbits.
Ooh.
For one of their clients, Modelo. They're doing like
Okay.
a grand taco competition.
Is that like a
It's beer.
Yeah.
beer? Okay.
Yeah.
Yep. And they're doing a taco competition. I designed the poster for it. All digital. I had to learn a whole bunch of new stuff for that. Yeah, murals, digital stuff. illustrations. I'm trying to do more paintings this year, like canvas works and stuff on paper and things like that.
Okay. So go ahead.
I was just gonna say, so how did you kind of get into this world?
Yeah.
So, like professionally, I got into it like 2017, 2018, I think.
Okay.
That's recent.
But I've been doing art my whole life. I've been writing graffiti since I was in high school, and
You like skipping class to? Or not?
No judgment.
Yeah,
Judgment
right.
free.
It's okay.
It's okay. They
no
can't
judgment.
get you
Yes,
now.
I was skipping class a lot. Yeah. No,
I mean, the school system's not made for us.
You know,
that's a fact.
You know, but it was, I didn't really like pick up a spray can until I was out of high school. It was all just like sketchbook stuff, writing in the history books and everything, and then fast forward to like 2017, people started telling me, hey, you can do this for a living, this
Right.
you can make money from doing this, and I'm like,
Was it like one person that kind of said that, or was it kind of a
it
collection of
was
people?
a lot of people. A lot of people were saying that. I didn't really believe them, at first. I was just like, I don't think I can.
Yeah.
That doesn't seem like a good career path,
Well, it's hard to do that when you don't see a lot of people who in that field, that specific specialty.
Right.
Young-
And how
young.
old were you at that point?
Mid-20s.
Okay.
Mid-20s, I think. And, I'm still working factory jobs and just making sure I'm paying the bills and
course.
stuff and chasing the dollar amount. And then somebody was like, hey, man, we're painting downtown. You should come paint with us. And I went and painted right there by the fish ladder. There's like like 6th Street Bridge where the boat launch is. There's like a retaining wall right there.
Okay.
And there was a big jam there with a couple other graffiti writers, and they got me in on the wall, and I painted, and everybody's walking up to me like, oh, my God, we love this. This is so dope. Oh, my God. And I'm like, wow, this could be something, And from that moment, people were just reaching out to me, and I was reaching out to other organizations and galleries, and Lions and Rabbits put me on, and then UICA came around, and there's a bunch of other opportunities. Founders Brewery reached out, and then it just blew up, and now I'm doing this full time. So
Hey,
That's amazing.
shout out. That's dope.
That's awesome, man. I'm really proud of your trajectory, to be honest, man.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
As a artist myself and like a hip hop connoisseur, like you know what I'm saying, like trying to master all 4 elements or whatever. But like, I love your work. I really am a huge fan.
Thank
So
you.
like on the tech side, like digital stuff, I started art digitally. So any questions you may have, please let me know.
Thank you.
You know Janelle, right?
Yeah.
I do trade with him all the time. He teaches more stuff, and I teach him stuff. So he teaches me breakdance, and I teach him digital art. So if you want me to teach me graffiti,
Trade.
lettering, whatever,
I'll show you
like
all the skills, man.
I got you on the thing. So like Janelle is like, his digital game is crazy. So all those graphic jobs are what pay crazy.
Yeah.
So I'm sure you're getting pretty well paid for that founder stuff too, right? So yeah.
Better be.
Yeah.
Respect on the dog.
Man. No, founders took care of me.
Hey,
Shout out to founders.
As they should.
They really
Right.
took care of us, yeah.
So was there like growing up, was there like a person that inspired you, or like that kind of inspired you to kind of get into this type of work, or was it anything that specifically like stood out? Or
No, there wasn't like one person, but there was. In elementary school, I went to an arts academy that used to be downtown, and every kid in that class could draw. Like, everybody except for me.
Wow.
And so I would always try to like hang out with them, get the knowledge from them, and just always trying to be as good as them. And that's what really got the passion going for art, was just trying to be as good as everybody else around me. And then it just turned into like a hobby, like doodling and stuff. And my family was super supportive of it.
That's
but
good.
it was always like, okay, this is cool, but you got to get a real job. Like you can't do drawings for a living, And I believed him,
Right.
And so I was just chasing the factory jobs, getting a good job, and so I can pay the bills. And then it took a whole art community, to just be like, hey man, you can do some real shit with it. So
Right, for real.
So make it happen.
Was there? Did you like growing up? Was there something that you wanted to be? Like, I want to be this when I grow up, or
I really, really wanted to be a ninja when I was growing up. I think Sophie can attest to that.
Oh, it's not.
Me and her brother just constantly watching 3 Ninjas kick back, and practicing our ninja moves. That's a movie.
Oh, it's a
You haven't
movie.
seen
Three Ninjas
Kick Back.
Hey, I'm about to add it to my list right now.
Dude.
Actually, for some reason, I know this is not the movie, but it was like this movie. I think it was just called The Three Ninjas, but it just had like these 3 kids.
Yeah, that's what
and
it
had
was,
like
yeah.
they kind of looked like Power Rangers, but they were ninjas. That's what it was.
Yeah,
I love that shit.
Because like there was 3 Ninjas Kick Back, and then like I think it was like 3 Ninjas High Noon.
Yep, High Noon.
Yeah.
So we grew up on the
1994.
same
Yeah.
thing. Yeah.
So yeah, that was the inspiration. I wanted to be a ninja. I wanted to go on secret missions with cool outfits and stuff, you know.
Right.
And
Did they like fight crime?
They fought.
They fought gangsters everywhere.
Yeah, they fought gangsters like Yakuza and stuff like that.
Yeah, they were like 12 years old.
Yeah.
Wow.
No,
Crazy.
it's
There's
no. He
little
talking.
traps and shit. It was dope. It was dope.
Oh, bro.
That's what I wanted to
Oh, I
do.
gotta make a. Yeah, you just. I forgot what that was
know,
called.
right?
He said it's a whole new world.
I tried showing it to my son, and he was just like, I just want to watch SpongeBob, dude. This is whack.
Damn, that probably hurt you a little bit.
It did. It really hurt me a little bit.
There's still time. There's
Yeah,
still
right.
time.
Yeah, SpongeBob was cool though.
I'm going to keep showing it to him. He'll come around eventually.
For sure. So other than ninja, anything else?
You know, I really didn't have like any kind of like concept of what I wanted to be when I grew up. I wanted to be like my grandpa, you know, because he was like the hardest worker in my house. He was, for all intents and purposes, my dad, and I just wanted to be like him. And he was a factory worker.
Got you.
So I thought that was the pinnacle of success, because I mean he bought a house from it. You know? So I'm like, hey,
Man, for
I guess
real.
I got to get in the factory. You know, I got to roll up my sleeves and get dirty. And then, yeah, just recently it was like, you know, my passion can be a career. You know, so
For sure. To all y'all out there, yes, your passion can be a career.
absolutely.
For sure. So like now, what would you say your work represents, or like are you trying to say anything specifically in the type of the work that you do, whether that be client work or personal work itself, but do you have like a
That's a good question. Right now, I've been thinking a lot about like fatherhood, how it relates to mental health, how it can relate to masculinity.
How many kids you got?
One. Yeah. And so in my art now, I'm trying to think of how can my art talk about the things that I'm thinking about the most in this moment.
Right.
And so I've been doing a lot of paintings that reflect on fatherhood, reflect on mental health, rest as a very important part of the creative process.
Absolutely.
And things like that.
Right. So was there, I guess, all of those things, were there specific points where you're like, okay, this is kind of where I'm shifting, like my work? I mean, I'm assuming, when you became a father, but like, was there certain moments where it's like, okay, I kind of want to shift my work to this kind of, to doing these type of things specifically?
Yeah, definitely. Because for the longest time, it's always just been graffiti for me. Because I realize even in Grand Rapids right now, being a graffiti writer and telling people that you're a graffiti writer and that you can do graffiti, that's a huge market. Like people love that stuff.
Yeah.
You know.
Interesting you said graffiti writer, because I've never heard the term graffiti writer. Has that always been, or is it kind of like we're kind of shifting because some people might have, their opinions of what they think about what graffiti, people do?
So graffiti writing and being a writer goes all the way back to like the original subway writers.
Okay.
They always told people that they were writers because that's what they were doing. They weren't artists. They weren't drawing. They were writing their names, and they were writing them with spray paint.
Gotcha.
So
that's the origin.
that's the origin.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's the original.
Yeah, that's
what
good to
what
know.
They were called.
That's interesting that you put it that way because, well, not put it that way, but that's just how it is because I feel like society completely transformed
Right.
what we call people who do graffiti. It's just like, I don't know.
Yeah, now everything's street art. Everything's public
Yeah.
artist, and
right.
it's all changing. It's all becoming. But you really can't. Like you can't appreciate the modern mural movement without acknowledging
Absolutely.
where it came from and like the graffiti writers that were writing on the subways and writing in train tunnels and stuff. They're the ones that started it.
Right.
So-
Are there any ones we should know about, like famous, like
my
names
gosh.
or?
How much time we got?
Hey,
Because
man, we got time,
I'll
man.
let you know,
Dive
man.
in.
It's-
You can do
there's
like
so
top
many.
3 that I guess are.
Right.
I'm making a movie right now, so this is research. You're helping me out right now.
top 3.
You can do like
man.
monumental or even like your favorites.
Man,
Oh yeah.
that's tough. Right now, one of my all-time favorites is a writer named Revoke.
Okay.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, from
Revoke.
Detroit. Revoke, Revok. That's how he spells his name. And he really made such a big impact on the scene, not just like style-wise, but like career-wise, because now he's selling $1 million paintings. Like, dude's awesome. There's another writer named Sophos from Australia who just really took style and just tore it up. You know, just made like something totally brand new. And
How do you spell that?
Sofles.
Okay.
And then there's another writer, Duz, from Germany, and he did the same thing. He took regular styles from New York from like the 80s, and then he transformed it into like something you've never seen before. And he's still like doing that, just making new styles.
Right.
It's really cool.
That's awesome.
That's what's up. Yeah, actually, so I'm trying to be more outward with the things that I'm working on because I'm very
As in, like,
intentional.
sharing?
Gotcha. Yeah, because I a lot of these different brainchilds, but I'm working on this movie that has graffiti is a big part of it, right? I'm just gonna say it and to proclaim it. I'm making a breakdance movie, but it's supposed to lift up a lot of different things that are similar to my life, and I also think it's you. And I've been trying to like connect to people who have similar stories to I do. So like you and your family having factory work a part of their lives, that stability and what that provides, right? You trying to be an artist and going outside of that norm, and then dealing in hip hop and graffiti, right? And so I'm making a 3D animated film around that premise.
That's dope.
Yeah. And so thank you for like spitting this knowledge to me, because it's like this is all research that I've been doing, but it's also just nice getting it from a different perspective, because I know more history about breakdancing, but I don't know more history about graffiti and stuff
I've got
like that.
stacks of books at home. I'll just send them all to you because like it's a lot.
So what's up? And I did want to ask you, because you were talking about that. I was talking about that transition between what are you trying to say with your work. There's a point I look at all your Instagram posts. So like since I've been following you, and so one of the things I felt like one of the very first things I felt like you were trying to say with your art is you have this piece. I think it's maybe your first digital piece, but called Mama.
Yeah.
This one right here.
Yep.
I don't know if you guys seen that one.
Yep.
When I saw that, it made me cry.
Oh shit!
Tell us more.
Yeah, no, for real. And it was weird because I was not having a emotional day whatsoever, but I can tell there was a lot of emotion in this piece. I didn't know where it was coming from or what and compelled you to do it, but I would love for you to expound on that piece.
Yeah.
Way before, can you tell like, can you explain like, because you said it made you cry. Like, can you explain like what the emotions that you kind of felt afterwards, or like what kind of led up to that moment? That kind of like what about it that kind of spoke to you?
So at the time of me looking at it, I think, well, immediately I thought about your family, right? And the last time I was with you, you were with your kids and you were doing your thing at the same time. And I think it was just like a hard time in general for artists. And so I just know some people were struggling at the moment to see you doing your thing and you trying to be an artist, right? And having your kid. Like, it's big to see your dad do that.
Right.
Yeah.
So, like, I had all those thoughts in my head, and I was just thinking, like this is nurturing. Like, this feels like nurture. Like, this just feels like love, right? And then, like, I don't know if you were just at home working on this piece, and you saw your wife chilling over there with your son, and you just been working all day, and you covered in paint, and you just sitting there like, and you should be just chilling with the family, but like you still want to, you have all this artistic passion that you're still trying to get out of your body. So then, because I feel like as an artist, you have to get it out before you can interact with your family.
Yeah.
You know?
It really was like, it was just a culmination of things, you know, like real shit. I was having a hard time. Like, I was having a tough relationship with my mom at the time. And so I was thinking about parenting. I was thinking about, you know, my son's mom and like all the struggles that she went through and that she's still dealing with being a mom. And then thinking about my own mom how hard it was for her raising just me, raising my brothers. And then I was like, you know what? Mom is the backbone of the family. You know, she really is like the whole thing. And it was just a lot, you know, it was a lot of different things that went into it. But I was like, I need something that I can hold to honor moms and to honor motherhood. And I feel like I have the ability to create art that can touch on those things, you know, that can like create that kind of energy that you can hold, you can look at, and, you know, just feel those things in the piece, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. That makes a lot of sense. And that's true. Moms are the backbone of a family. I even think about my own mom. I mean, I always looked up to my dad, but the older I get, I'm like, dang, my mom, I keep work harder than my dad. Like, not to put my dad in the rest.
Okay, Shay.
Like that.
I'm just playing.
Yeah.
I'm totally kidding.
But like, no, like, you know
No,
what I'm saying?
absolutely.
Women are the backbone, and that's why, I mean, yeah, man. So thank you for doing that.
Yeah.
I love that. And that piece right there is sometimes, like, it's hard to quantify or, like, explain art sometimes to people because, like, there's so much feeling behind it.
Mm-hmm.
But one of the things that I say, like, that piece makes me feel like also how Octavia, some pieces Octavia has, when you look at it, it has this
Shout out Octavia.
feeling that you can't capture, and it feels like home and it feels like love, right? And then, like, people would pay billions of dollars for a whole series animated in that style, or people would bet on their billions for their children's book, right? Because they want to capture that feeling, and that's your soul in that.
Yeah, that's real shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome that you were able to take like a moment of your own reflection and for it to transmit to another person who just viewed it through their phone and then feel a healing property from it. I mean, talk about like people willing to pay money for it, like as an artistic form, but I mean, I think people strive their whole life to find that healing within themselves constantly. I mean, it's a constant feeling that we all strive for.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
And I mean, this is the power of art, man. You know, like to, because you make something and you create it for your own reasons, and you never really know how like it's going to impact other people.
Yeah.
So like seeing that like real life.
That was awesome. Yeah.
That was dope. Yeah.
Wow.
That was nice. Thank you.
No, for sure. Like this is art. This is guy. I can't remember. Oh, Rick Rubin says this. He said it's an artist's job not to tell people how to feel. It's just to make them feel.
Wow.
Yeah.
I gotta be on that.
That's powerful.
But yeah, I just think about that as much as possible. Yeah. So thank you for making me feel.
No, thank you.
But I mean, that's perfect segue back to what we're talking about in terms of like, I think you mentioned family or fatherhood, mental health. What was the other in terms of how your art is shifting in terms of what you're trying to talk about?
I don't even remember now.
I think we covered that base.
Yeah, for the most part. Yeah, and I think I think it's just crazy to be able to like see that real life.
Yeah,
because like one of the things I love about is like being at exhibitions and getting to talk to people. And I think Monroe mentioned this about how like he would be at an exhibition and he would like take his name tag off and just kind of engage with people, because sometimes when people like he talked about, he's like, sometimes people will give you a different answer because they know you're the artist versus like just how they really feel about the piece.
It's a good idea, actually.
Yeah, I know. I was like, I'm gonna do that for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's always cool when you get to see people appreciate your work and also be able to hear their stories, because I think that lends to like the piece itself. For sure. So anything you working on now that you excited about?
Right now
that you can share with us?
I'm actually not working on anything right now. I'm prepping for some stuff in the future that I can't talk about. But
exclusive.
But yeah, I'm really focusing on the Resting Souls series. that I just released this week, because I've been trying to focus a lot more on rest.
Yeah, that was the other thing you mentioned was rest. Yep.
Same.
And trying to make sure that it's, because, growing up, it was always, if you're resting, you're not working. And if you're not working, you're lazy. So now growing
Hustle
up,
culture.
yeah.
Right.
So now growing up, it's like, okay, rest is important. Like, we need it. It's a part of it. Like, it's a part of the process. It's necessary, needed. And I just started practicing drawing skulls one day because I'm like, I'm really whack at drawing skulls. So, so let me.
Okay, that's surprising.
I can't draw skulls. Like, I just. So I sat down and I filled up like 3 pages in my sketchbook with skull drawings, and then I started doing little designs on them, little doodles, and I was like, holy crap, this is what rest feels like. I'm just chilling here, I'm just drawing, I'm just doing me. Like, this is really nice. And then I started painting them on canvases. And I'm like, you know what? This is a good conversation to have, is about rest and using rest as a part of the process. And so, now I'm making little canvases and selling skulls to people.
And this is kind of for everybody, but like, how has, as artists, as, people in general, but like, how has rest been influential or just important to your, like, not only just creative process, but just like existence?
It's been nice because, like, I used to.
And also, how has it kind of changed for you over the years as well, too? Like, their approach to it. Yeah. Thought about it.
It's been like, I feel like I'm a recovering hustle culture, person. And so learning what rest means to me and what it's like, because I always thought rest was taking the shoes off, sitting down, playing video games, or, just hanging out with my son, going to the park, something like that. But it can be more than that. It could be just that.
Right.
But it could also be more than that. It could be just a time to spend in the sketchbook by myself with my own thoughts, not having to create for somebody else constantly or having to, having a client's stuff,
Yeah.
And so I think that's rest too,
Absolutely.
Yeah, I love that. That's one of the things I've been doing. I've been reading a book actually called Rest. So anybody that's audiobook it, get whatever. That's a great book.
I love audiobooks.
Yeah.
I love them. But anybody else?
Oh, I don't play about my rest.
Tell us.
Oh, yeah, actually, Sophie,
I'm taking notes.
What are your rest
Sophie,
procedures?
like,
or whatever.
A lot in the sense of, like, I feel like I just look up to you in the sense that I feel like you just,
her
you
name
know
is
how to
Tender
rest.
Too, so it's like,
Yeah, right.
Tender just has a calming feel.
Tender,
to it.
the word tender.
Exactly.
Tender.
Right.
Tender.
Well, I appreciate that. I appreciate that you get that from me. I see rest as like self-care. And I'm just very big on self-care. Like, if I feel unrested, then I know that I'm other things are affected by it. Like, I can't do my job properly or to my full capacity. So rest for me, I mean, it can be reading a book. It could be like in my back room, tinkering with like a little sewing project or painting or taking photos here and there. But I think the difference between rest and not rest is obviously the intention behind it.
Yeah.
So like Guillermo was saying, his intention is just to kind of chill and like sketch in his sketchbook, create a little bit freely without that pressure.
Right.
So yeah, I mean, for me recently, rest for me is really about my self-care, going to the gym, sometimes laying in bed a little bit longer.
True.
Watching SpongeBob.
Yep. They can.
So yeah.
For sure.
Oh,
You, Dave? Yeah.
Shoot. I've battled with rest for a long time. So, just growing up with my dad, working in a factory, that reliability as a man, especially, immigrant parents, they work to the bone, you know what I'm saying? And so, like, I faced death multiple times just by working.
Right.
And so the last couple of years, I mean, I feel like God just been telling me, hey, like, just shaking me, like, chill out, bro. So, like, I've been sketching more to myself, like getting into writing. Like, I used to love riding bikes as a kid, so trying to get into that, working onto my self-development. Like, been running every morning. Like, I actually had a dope accomplishment. I went from doing a 20-minute mile which is terrible, down to a 12. You know, so I'm reaching for an 8.
You did a mile in 20 minutes, and that's terrible?
Apparently, that's what Google says.
I don't fuck Google, man. That's dope, dude. Holy crap.
I mean, hey, whatever, you know, whatever works for you. That's really what it is.
Yeah, but no, because that's part of this movie, this journey. Because like this movie that I want to make, it requires me to rest and create when I want to. Because it's not going to be organic.
Right.
One of the things I'm going to be doing is that when I'm breakdancing with my friends or sketching or doing graffiti, all this is going to be captured with motion capture suits.
Oh, that's dope.
I don't even know what that is, but
right.
It sounds cool.
So like, say if like we have a graffiti session, you teach me how to do graffiti. We find a wall. I'll give you a suit to put on, and you'll teach me how to do it, and record our movements, and then we can add that to a 3D model.
Wow.
And so that can take my production time from a 10-year movie to like a 3-year movie, just based off of that. And so I already been investing into this stuff for a while now, but like I want to make sure that all the characters in the movie, like I want all my friends, people to play different characters. Like I want Alpha to be like the dope, chill back photographer taking photos of the breakdancers. Or I want Sophie just like, you know, just being that chill girl back.
Just be a vibe.
Just be a vibe. You know what I'm saying?
Just
like,
be tender.
I want to take all the people that in Grand Rapids and make them characters in this movie. And so, cool. But I want we have to make sure that the things that I'm doing are the things that we're doing actually genuine.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And so, like, rest is a big part of that for me. And so, like, that's just my main focus besides that. So, like, I just been chilling. Like, I have peace. I never had this much peace in my life.
Nice.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's real good,
Yeah.
How about you, Alfield?
For me, rest is, like, intentional. So, like, for me, every Sunday is, like, church, chill, clean, nothing. Like, I intentionally, like, put my what's it called? My, like, desk chair away from my desk, just, like, as a, you know, as, like, a visual reminder for myself. That I'm not, you know, not working. So like I'll turn my, you know, my desktop off because, you know, technology got to rest too.
Yeah.
So just really being intentional about like what I'm doing specifically. Not only just Sundays, but just on a day-to-day basis in terms of, I think for me, big has been just recognizing like how I feel in terms of like physically.
Yeah.
Because, you know, as an entrepreneur, you're doing things full time. You like there can be that pressure to like, oh, I need to work. So even just being aware of like, okay, how do I feel? Do I need to take a break? Should I go take a walk? You know, do I, you know, work for 30 minutes and then take a break? I think one of the things I've been doing is like, I think I forgot where I found it, but it's like you basically work till your computer dies, and then you go and, you know, take a break, charge it up while you're doing whatever else. So this is kind of like, okay, it's this specific time to work, and then it's done, and then you have the specific time to kind of like, you know, just relax or just, you know, just chill or just whatever it is. So that's what I've been kind of doing a lot lately, just in terms of being intentional about my time, because sometimes when you have too much time, it's just, you just don't want to do nothing.
Yeah. I like that though. Letting your computer die. I feel like when my phone gets to 20-30%, I have a mini panic attack for no reason.
Yep.
And that's not a good thing to have. But also to add, like, listening to my body. You know, and for different people, that could be listening to God too, but just like listening. Yeah. You know?
Absolutely. So just kind of a segue, you touched on this a little bit in terms of like creating for clients. And I really just wanted to kind of talk on like commodification, or just creating for commodification. I was listening to, I think it was a podcast or something, some kind of video podcast thing. And they were talking about how, like, sometimes as artists, we kind of feel like there has to be a means to an end when we create. Like there has to be, I'm creating, I'm at the end of this, I'm going to share it. I'm going to post it. I'm going to, whatever it is, whether that be for a client, whether that be for yourself. So really, I just wanted to, like, you know, put out the question of like, does there feel like there's an end in mind when you create? Do you feel like that all the time, or is it kind of based on project, based on what you're creating?
That's a really good question. I've been struggling with that a lot lately too, because I feel like every time I sit down to paint, to draw, to sketch, there has to be a purpose behind it. I have to post it to Instagram. You know, I have to show this off to a new client so they can see what I can do, or I have to market it somehow so that I can get cash flow, so I can get income for it. But I think with this whole rest concept, it's slowing down and saying, okay, it's okay for me to create art for art's sake.
Absolutely.
And to create art just for me and just for my family.
Absolutely.
Or like just for my son, or just for enjoyment, you know, like just because this is my passion, this is what I do.
Right.
But yeah, it's a huge struggle because, you know, like you said, we're entrepreneurs. We gotta make money. We're constantly trying to get new clients and new work. And so when do you stop to take a break, you know?
Right. So has the tension changed over the years with that?
Yeah, because I feel like when I first started in my career, it was just like constantly making stuff that I wanted to make. But then as I started learning the industry and like learning how things work here in Grand Rapids, here in like across the states, you know, with the mural game and stuff, it's like you constantly have to create something for somebody else to get the job, you know? So
yeah,
it's been tough. So I think now I'm trying to fall back on the just making stuff for me. You know,
absolutely. And I can, you know, that even just that pressure too, to feel like you have to, you know, do it is interesting.
Yeah. That's a good thing though. I agree. It's just that's why I started to get back into music only because it's just for me. I don't post it.
I mean, we don't even know. I didn't even know you did.
Yeah, right. Seriously, I didn't even know.
Yeah. So, but no, I get that, and I think was as artists, that's what we get away from. We create first because it's fun, and then the money part comes attached to it. I just think about Tyler's Creator's album thing. Right? It was like his latest album's all about just making something from himself and just knowing it's so dope that it can buy him a house if he wanted it to.
Right.
You know. So, yeah.
That's crazy. Yeah, and I think for me, what kind of sparked, I mean, obviously the podcast, but I think there was a point in December where I was like, I'm just going to enjoy whatever I'm enjoying. Like, if I take a walk, I'm just going to enjoy it. I'm not even going to tell nobody I took a walk. I'm not going to share it on social. I'm not even going to, you know, let nobody like that. Kind of like relieving yourself of that pressure to feel like you need to even share anything. Because I think there's this, like Instagram started these like bonus reels things where like, oh, you know, they'll pay you $5 if you share a reel.
I fell into that trap too. Yeah.
And it's like okay, so now I'm like trying to figure out how do I create some kind of content today.
Yeah.
And it doesn't even have to be like related to like photography, but it's just like, how can I create something to get like some money
to get that little $5 little $10?
literally. And
That's
it's like,
crazy.
why am I doing this? You know what I'm saying? So
I did not know they had that.
yeah,
That's a little evil.
I didn't know that there was like a money factor.
Yeah.
They just like got notifications like, oh, you can. So there's like different versions. So like 30 days, if you create a certain amount of you know reels in a certain period of time, you get based on how many views you have and yada yada yada. So yeah, it was really interesting.
Yeah, I fell into that really bad. I got that notification. I felt so special. I was like, I got the golden
right.
They picked me. They picked me.
I'm one of the ones.
And I was like, okay, I got to go do these reels real quick. And my girlfriend's like,
Nah.
the fuck are you doing, dude? This is not. I was like, but they're going to give me $10. She's like, it's $10, dude. Like, and if you read the fine print, it was like, they give you $10 after so many views.
Oh.
And then you only get $5 until it gets to X amount of views, and then they give you the other 5, and I'm like, okay, that's a problem.
Well, what are the numbers? How many?
It was like if you got
like 30,000,
100 views in 5 days, they give you $5, and then if you hit 500,000 views, they'll give you the other 5 or some shit like that. Like some kind of like crazy
all the money y'all got.
Vibes.
Just what
it's like right,
Yeah.
man, it's crazy.
it was nuts.
You gonna say something?
No,
okay.
go ahead. Just go ahead.
When was the last time you created just for fun? And that's for everybody.
Last time I created, you go ahead. I'm still thinking.
I created last night actually. A lot of my sewing work.
Wow.
Where is it?
A lot of the stuff I do for sewing, I tend to keep a lot of those things like personal. Like I'm not like posting all the time. So I made some shorts last night. It was my first time.
Nice.
Summertime shorts?
Summertime, yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, nice. Yep. Nice. I like that.
Yeah. So last night.
Okay.
What color?
Nice.
They're like a teal, summery, type,
Nice.
aqua.
Nice.
Actually, I have this top. Sorry. I have this top that I don't know what to do with it, but I feel like you would know what to do with it.
That's a lot of pressure. I don't know what that, I don't know what that means.
It's like it's like a really old Mexican, like someone's grandma. Like this thing has like a lot of, I'm not to give too who.
It's a shirt?
It's like a I don't know, like this
Like
is a
a
Mexican
poncho?
immigrant top. Like it has like a lot
What
of
does that even mean?
I don't know, like somebody's
picture
great
of
grand
it or
auntie
something?
came in this top.
And they just gave it to you, or
It was a part of a whole bunch of stuff people had gave me, and for whatever reason I can't throw it away because
it's fire.
The spirit.
Yeah.
it gives me like
It's got some mileage on it.
yeah, it got some like some vibes on it. I can't, but it's not bad or anything. But I feel like I don't know. I'm gonna send a picture to you later.
Yeah, okay. I'm down for that. But yeah, last night was for me. I made the shorts.
Okay, dope. Shoot. So I wrote my first rap.
Oh snap!
Oh.
I wrote my first ever rap.
Loki wants you to tell us.
No, I can't. No, I can't.
Is it on your phone?
It's on here.
You ain't got to share it with us.
I'm not gonna share it, but yeah, I
Keep
wrote
it
my
for
first
yourself. Keep it
my
for
first rap.
Oh
So
snap!
yeah,
How do you feel about it?
I feel really good. One of my friends, he's really good on guitar. He's like D'Angelo level, like producer, writing guitar type of guy.
That's
I'm not even
very
joking.
high.
Right.
No, I'm not
That's
doubting
like-
you.
Yeah, he's really, really good. And so he randomly was like, "Hey, what you doing right now? Like, come down to the studio." So normally when I'm down there, I'll just like bring my guitar. He'll teach me some stuff because I just want to learn guitar. And he's like, "Can you rap?" And I was like, "Nah, like in the shower." That's
You got a shower around?
yeah,
Like
like
rapping and singing in the shower.
you know, I'll be having was it Oscars or Grammys?
Man, we be thinking we the greatest in the shower.
Facts.
We be the goats in the shower.
So then, like, right before I left, like, I was supposed to only be there for 2 hours, and I was supposed to be somewhere else. But he started playing this one song and started making this one beat, and I just couldn't leave.
Nice.
And the next thing you know, I was compelled just to write something in my phone. And, like, normally, like, I'm very self-conscious when it comes to rapping or, like, putting rhymes together just because, you know, growing up in high school, you get clowned.
Yeah. Yep.
Something
Yep.
furious if
Say
you...
something, they can come back at you.
Right, exactly. And so you got to be able to roast people back and all that stuff. But like, I wasn't that good at it when I was like, younger. So, but yeah, I just had a free judgment zone. So I wrote my
Nice.
first little rap. You
That's
know what I'm
fun.
saying?
That is fun.
That's cool, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. How about you, Al?
Man, I don't even. I think that's an idea that I need to do. I have no idea. I cannot remember the last time I created just for fun. Honestly, the podcast for me is just it's something that I do for myself. Like this is, you know, I'm not like trying to make money or trying to commodify it or any type of thing of that nature. So for me, it's I can't really think of anything honestly, but I would say the podcast for sure.
That's good. And I guess I never thought about it that way for you. But
Yeah, I mean, I do. So I mean, I had like the whole experimentations project that I would do, with other photographers for the sake of just creating. Like here, we got a studio, we got some models, we got some people together. We just kind of created. So there wasn't no like specific intention or specific goals. Like just come to this space of this, this creative space of all these other people that are like minded in that type of sense, and let's just see what happens. So. I think having more of those things is really important. But I did also want to ask you guys, like, how was that experience when you guys were, and I can get back to you, but, how was that experience of just doing it for fun?
Yeah, I think the last time that I created for myself was, that I can say was probably last night too. I sat down with my sketchbook and, my son was winding down just before bedtime, and he weirdly enough didn't want to have anything to do with me. So I'm like, all right, I'm going to pick up the sketchbook real quick. And, I started working on my letters and doing some graffiti practicing. And that was really nice. That was one of those rare moments where I can just be me and my sketchbook and just make stuff for me.
Right.
I ain't got to show it off to nobody. I ain't got to flex for nobody. It was just for me. So that was really nice.
Cool. How was y'all's experience? You gonna make us some goat pants now?
Goat shorts. Hey,
goat shorts.
That's kind of fire, actually.
Man.
With a little goat on it.
Right.
For me, creating for me is always freeing. I mean, it always feels really, really good.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the difference between maybe me and artists who are entrepreneurs is I don't really deal with that pressure. You know, a lot of the things that I'm creating and that I'm sharing and that I'm not sharing is truly just for me.
Yeah.
I'm not, I guess if I'm like reaching out to someone to do a mural for like a commission or things like that, I still feel like I have a little bit of that freedom. Just because I haven't yet dealt with someone that's like confined or put me into a box of that pressure.
For sure.
Nice.
Which I'm grateful for, but yeah, it's extremely freeing. I'm definitely grateful that I technically don't have that pressure or that I'm giving myself that pressure.
Absolutely.
Because I'm still in a spot where I can just kind of create things, and if you don't like it, you don't like it.
Yeah.
If you do, then
That's really nice.
It is what it is.
Yeah. Let's see. Well, the experience itself, I mean, was so I just love music in general. So as long as the music is going, no matter what the genre is, I feel it. And so normally I'm compelled to dance 9 times out of 10, no matter what it is. Like even ballerina, give me the shoes, I'll do it. I'll put on the leotard, whatever. And so, yeah, I guess it's the first time in my life, I was very surprised that I felt compelled to write something. And so, I would write like a ballad, like a song, an R&B song before I would want to write a rap. Because I've actually never wrote a song either. And so, that beat at the time that he had played me had this like, it kind of sounded like a UK beat, low key. It wasn't like UK in the sense of like drill music, but like
literally.
Yeah. You know, it was like South London, warm, classic 90s vibe.
Nice.
So like I was just thinking like I just kept thinking about, because I wanted to go ride my bike. And I was like, I need to be home by this certain time to go ride my bike. And I was just thinking about like when I was a kid and I was like trying to leave the house and I would say bye to my mom, and I was like what that feeling was, and I was like started writing rhymes up to that, and I was like the beats playing, I was just like, yo, this is like, it just was like flowing out of me, so like effortless at least, and I was just surprised because it was something that I didn't know I had in me. I didn't know. I thought it was like, you know, sometimes you like, I think as an artist we view other artists and what they do as magic. And we don't have it in us.
Wow.
And so like that's what my artist, that's one of my mentors had told me. He was like you know, if you're doing client work, just get the job done. They don't care about how you got it there. They just want the finished product. You're a magician to them. Right? And so like I just try to think of that, like I didn't like yeah, like photography is scary to me. What y'all do is...
That's interesting.
Yeah. Like, tell me to do the artsy-fartsy photos. Like, I'm just like... I'm looking in too much into the settings, but put a movie together, put a video, and my brain just gets it. Because I get motion. I lived through animation, art, and motion. So that makes sense to me. But still, photography is... I'm scared.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, I think that's interesting because... And I think it's just like the appreciation of like greatness, you know what I'm saying? Like, because you see other people doing things, and you're like, I can't even imagine being able to do something like that. So it kind of gives you this appreciation for what they do, but also just like that process, you know, and how you kind of go into that. But you said something about client work, and I was gonna ask, like, do you have approach, or does your approach change in terms of doing, you know, work for clients versus just work for yourself, or just, you know, just something that you kind of do for fun?
It definitely does, because, you know, I want to sit down with everything that the client brings to the table and make sure that I'm developing a product for them based on their wants and needs. And so I kind of step back out of myself and I'm like, okay, instead of me being me, I'm being the artist they need to be. That was the original thought process. Now it's transforming into, I am me. They're going to get my product because that's what they're coming to me for art, right? Absolutely. So like it needs to be from me. And I did that a lot too with this recent project, doing the Modelo poster, because I still wanted there to be a message in the art. Like it's not just a poster for tacos.
Right.
There needs to be something deeper than that because it's mine.
Right.
It's for them, but it's still that's mine. And so I made sure to, drew a hot pink luchador mask to kind of break down that idea of masculinity and, making sure that it's not like, making sure that it's an image that isn't overly masculine, but kind of like plays with the idea of masculinity because it's, it's a, you see a luchador, think man, strong, strength. And so now you see a hot pink one,
right?
And you're like, okay, it's not that tough, that's kind of pretty, And so yeah, now I'm switching gears to making sure that it's my art, my message within their boundaries.
So, well, two things. One, what shifted? Like, what changed? When did you have that, like, that shift for you?
A lot of reflection made that shift because I was thinking about the Windows GR project and the art that I made for that project and how hyper intentional that was.
Right.
Literally just wanted to say it in front of people.
Absolutely.
Like I just wanted to say something to people without having their deep art thought. Like I got to read the artist statement and I got to put myself in their shoes. No, I'm just going to say it.
How you feel.
Yeah. Right. And so I was like, I need to do more of that because that is, to me, that's what art is. It's sending a message, it's saying something and making you feel something at the same time.
Absolutely. Sheesh. Just gonna sit on that one right there.
That's nice.
Man. Yeah, there was something else that you said that I had a question about. But yeah, I think for me, just in terms of thinking about like process wise, and I think for me, I've always, like when I first started photography, it was always about storytelling. And I feel like I'm getting back to like my work has to say something, whatever that is or whatever I'm trying to highlight. But like there has to be some kind of message, however subtle or however loud it is. So I do think it's really interesting, like, that shift of you kind of being somebody else and then kind of being like, well, they're coming to me for a reason.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like they know what I do. They know what I they're aware of my work. So yeah, I think that's really interesting. So lastly, I want to get into something I think we all, well, one is people have dealt with, but I think just as artists, which is rejection. And I'm just thinking like this week I had like at least like 4 emails of like rejection emails. So it's just like interesting. Hey,
you still don't
appreciate it. Man. But yeah, just like that process. And I think as people, we all, have dealt with rejection in various different ways. I think as artists, we deal with it. Whether you're applying for a grant, you're applying for a project or whatever it is. But I guess want to, kind of put on the floor for everybody, like, how have you, what's been an experience with rejection or getting a no? And how has that been, kind of for you guys individually?
Yeah, I've doing client work and like doing all these like RFQs and RFPs, like requests for proposal, requests for yeah, seriously. And
it'd be so long,
man. And like you filling them out, and then they send you back a, hey, we know you just spent like 5 hours on this, and we know that you've been like dreading this the entire month,
literally.
But you're not gonna get it. It's like
literally, it'd be like, due to the amount of requests that we have received, we're sorry we're not going to be able to.
Yeah,
okay.
And then it's like, well, damn, okay, I guess I'm not an artist anymore. Like that sucks, But yeah, it sucks at first. I remember the first RFQ that I filled out, I was super hype about it. I was like, I'm going to get this. I did this cool art, you know, I sketched it out. I even used my color markers on it. Like, this is going to be dope. And they're like, yeah, sorry, no. And I'm like, okay, I guess I'm not going to be an artist anymore. That, you know, it really hurt, you know, the first time. But now getting into it, it's like, we need those no's to weed out the good clients, right? Like those dream projects that we really want. We're not going to get them if everybody's saying yes, you know? So like the no's are necessary, and it still stings a little bit now, but like now it's kind of like, okay, cool. I get hyped with the no's because I'm like, the next one's coming. When that next one hits, it's going to be dope, you know? So
that's really interesting. Really quick before you guys go, is there a no that you got that you were, that looking back at it, that you were like, I'm glad I got a no.
Absolutely. Yeah. There was a lot of them because, like, especially early on as like a muralist, you know, when they start throwing dollar signs at you, it's like, oh wow, you're gonna give me $500 to paint a 40-foot wall? That's amazing. Now it's like $500
40 for a wall.
I'm gonna paint 4 bricks for you. You know, like that's yeah. So now it's like, I'm glad I said no to those because that's my value. You know,
that's interesting.
Yeah.
Anybody else?
I've gotten a couple no's, or even I've been like in a situation like for some of the yeses. Even it's like I get into it and then I'm kind of just like, I should.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I feel that.
I think in terms of like the rejections and even some of the yeses where you're kind of like, I wish it was a no.
Right.
You know, I try to pick the fruit. You know, at the end of the day, it's like if I get a no, you really just got to kind of sit back and reflect because it does suck.
Yeah.
It's kind of just like, oh, all right, you know, I hit at this
right.
steam a little bit.
Man, for real. That's how y'all feel? Okay.
Right. It's cool, whatever. But I think for me, what helps me in terms of just growth is just making sure that I can refine my process. Because at the end of the day,
that's a good one.
I can pick, you know, it's not just them. You know,
right.
It's a team effort in terms of what's making them decide. Right.
Yeah.
So if there's something that I could have done to prevent that, if I really wanted it to be a yes, then I think that's an opportunity for me to grow in terms of how I submitted the project or you know, explained or you know anything about my process. I think can grow from that aspect.
Yeah.
Okay. I like that. I like that. It's just like, where's the opportunity for me to grow?
Yeah.
I would say I'm very fortunate in my life that I haven't had to feel like I had to sell my artistry to people. A lot of people just come to me, and I have to often reject work on a regular basis. And so, more no's I've gotten more in my life is when I was doing my role as creative director with GR So, working in that nonprofit space, having different people in different role positions,
right.
and me taking that position as creative director, like I didn't know what that exactly was, but it just felt right at the time. I was like, hey, like you guys need to make me creative director. If you want these things to happen, you need a young black person at the forefront. And so that had made me, I got a lot of no's. There's a lot of things that I wanted to do that I felt like would help bring GRMI-Fi to the next level. And so we did a lot of amazing things. It is a great place, and it's still going. I'm not the creative director anymore just because I'm focusing on myself.
Right.
I would love to kind of come back maybe a few years from now and then just maybe reassume that role, you know, in a 3-month time or 6-month time. I never do year contracts for anything. But a lot of the no's that I had gotten there, it was one of those things where it did hurt. It was one of those things in the sense that I felt like at first I was like, oh, these people don't trust me. It was like, why? It's like I'm putting my blood, sweat, and tears. I'm practically sleeping here. Right?
All this time.
Right? I'm literally like,
you're deserving of it.
Right.
Yeah, like I feel like I deserve this so bad. Why won't y'all just trust me that this will work? And so, and it's not necessarily that. You know what I'm saying? It was one of those things I just kind of realized over time that it's not mine. It's just not mine.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, this thing, I didn't create this. I didn't make the LLC or the nonprofit thing or like that. And so that's one of the things where when you're growing up, especially as an immigrant child, you want to do so much to help your family.
Right.
And so Jeremiah Phi became my family. And so the no's that I were getting, it was like one of those things where like I just felt like, oh, damn, they don't believe in me, blah blah blah, or like, why, you know, and it's like I have to go do this on my own the way that I want to go do it, and I have to like, you know, and so if that makes any sense, that's the most rejection that I have gotten. It was like I just felt like, man, like.
How do you feel like you overcame that while maintaining the relationship, though?
I think the relationship is still mending, but the thing I think that's nice about the people there at Jeremiah Phi, they are giving me lots of grace and they give me time, and I can still come in anytime that I want. The place is open to me whenever I need to. I gave them the keys. They try to give me the keys. And I was like, no, like I know myself. I need to create boundaries for myself.
Absolutely.
So, that's the rejection of that. It's like I wasn't trying to do things without people. I hate forcing people to do things. But there was a point where I felt like I had to. And that was not healthy for me.
Got you.
You know. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's important.
Yeah.
Boundaries, all that stuff.
Yeah.
Rest. Man.
There you go.
Well, yeah, I think, and you were saying something about, like, being kind of looking forward to no's-ish, not really?
Yeah.
Kind of.
I'm looking forward to the no's. You know, I like to hear, if I get a no, I take it as, okay, I'm not meant to do that right now. And the next one that says yes, that's where I'm supposed to be at. And that's when it's going to, I feel like when I get those yeses, that's where the real growth comes from, you know. And also, too, like what Sophie said about, you know, when you get the no's, you kind of fall back and you're like, okay, how can I redeliver this to where I can get a yes and stuff. And so I feel like I've gotten pretty good at pitching and doing all those.
So like that process you feel has been refined.
Yeah, absolutely. And I've even asked, too. I've asked a lot of clients, too, like, okay, I pitched this to you. You said no. Why? You know, and they hit me. They hit me with the feedback. You know, some say, "Hey, we broke." You know, and some of them like, you know what? You came off kind of heavy, and I'm not really seeing like you can deliver. So maybe switch it up a bit. And
absolutely, yeah. I think that's a major key is like asking for feedback. Because I think sometimes you get in your feelings or you feel this type of way, and you're like, forget that, man.
Yeah.
Instead of like, well, this could be an opportunity for you to actually be better and grow. You know, and but honestly, I'm gonna kind of push back on the being okay with no's, because honestly, I'm not. I saw this post. They were asking for like advice, and this artist said, he said, my advice for artists is to learn to love the word no. The majority of shows, grants, publications, or residencies I apply for, I hear no. No should not be the word that tells an artist to give up. The word should be embraced, and a reminder that not everyone will like your work. A jury curator might have a different, vision for the exhibition, yada yada yada. So when I read the first part, I was like, nah, I'm not gonna be okay with that. Yeah. I mean, I understood what he said in terms of the second part, and I get that. Like, sometimes people just have a different vision, and your work doesn't necessarily fit. But for me, I'm like, man, I'm never gonna be like happy about.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I think
somebody rejects
to add to that, because I do so much different types of work. I feel like the stuff that I put out, I'm like, oh, this is dope, but it's not really a representation of me. I feel like I'm so versatile. So like in that sense, I'd be like, y'all don't know what I can do.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's I think it's just it's a part of the process that's unfortunate. But I did like the idea of like, well, you know what? The vision, the goal for the project may not be something that is, particular to you.
Yeah.
And I think, that's okay as well too. Do you ever see it as, or have you ever seen it as them not appreciating your worth?
Yes, I've seen that a lot, and I've actually gotten to a point where asking for that feedback has led to a conversation about them just not like right off the bat, they're like, oh, well, you know, this doesn't seem valuable to us. And then asking for that feedback. Why do you feel that way?
Right.
And they're saying that I take what they're telling me, and then we have a conversation about it. And they're like, you know what? I never thought of it like that. Especially with murals too, because a lot of people just see it as, are you just painting on the wall?
Right.
A lot of people don't see it as a marketing opportunity, an advertisement opportunity. You know, people love taking pictures in front of murals, and they love to post where they're at, where they've seen this mural at. And so for a lot of clients, they're like, well, we just don't think we can afford a painting on a wall. And I'm like, how much are you spending on advertising? How much are you spending on marketing? You're going to have this all line up for you if you get this installed, because people are going to take pictures in front of it.
Yeah.
But when you say it like that, right? When you say, oh, it's just a picture on the wall, like you obviously you're not seeing the vision, you're not seeing the value.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah. And so we have to like take a step back and say, okay, what do you know about this art form? What do you know about what I can bring to the table?
Sometimes they don't be know.
Oh yeah, no, same thing with
really.
video work. Like some people would be like, "What? We want to make a quick video. Like, we want it to look like this." And I'm like, "We got like $400." And I'm like, "You want to look like that?"
Yeah.
Oh my G, that's 8 to 10.
We want to we want to just quickly paint this wall real quick, just a couple colors,
Right.
You know. But then they show you like a super detailed like realism piece, and
Like you're just
like,
supposed to take a bucket of paint and throw it.
Yeah.
Like
They're
that.
like, well, you can just do it on an iPad, right? Well, it's a little different. There's a lot more steps.
There's a magic. That's a wizardry. You do.
Right.
Yeah. So I think what you're getting at is the education piece, like educating your client. So like, well, my question is, how do you feel like you need to do that? One, and I think about it like in the sense of, I think, you know, just realizing like people don't always understand what you do, so they kind of see like the results over it. They see like what happens, or they see, oh, look at this dope art, look at this, yada yada yada. But I think allowing them to understand the process and what goes into that. So I guess how important is that educational piece for you, in terms of just educating the client on like what you do and how that process works, so they understand.
Yeah, I think it's super important to have that conversation, you know, up front, and just be like, hey, because a lot of the clients that I've worked with recently have always been like, they know what a mural is, but they don't know what goes into it. They just think that the artist comes in, they just do this for a living, they do this for fun, so it's quick, it's easy, it's you know. But there's so many things that go into it, and I think having that conversation, that quick little conversation of just, this is how I do it, this is how I install it, this is why I do it, this is why we do it, this is what it's going to do for you, that's very necessary.
Right.
And I don't think a lot of people that are hiring muralists understand all of that, unless we're, you know, especially in like the, I don't know if the private sector would be the right word, but like restaurants, bars,
Like
businesses and stuff like that, corporations. I don't think they understand that. They just see, okay, this business doing really well because they got a mural, so I want a mural too.
Right.
You know? And
At what point does that conversation come though? Is it after you've already gotten the no, or is it?
That's a good question. Yeah.
Or is it like they come to you and they're like, how can we reconfigure this? Like, my ideas were this. Can you make it different? And then you have that conversation. I feel like that would be like the only proper time, because if someone's just like, no, we're good on you. And then you're like, but the science and the information behind the actual
Unless you're
process.
like including that in the you know, the
original
proposal or whatever.
And that's what I'm doing, because like, you know, I do a lot of cold emailing. I'm just sending out emails to new businesses and stuff. I have that in my pitch deck. Like,
Oh, okay.
Oh,
this is the process.
He's doing the real. That's the real game right there.
I'll send you the pitch deck, because
That's hustling right there.
those things, man, necessary.
Shout out to Darlene Rodriguez, because
Oh, Darlene's the best, man. I love
I
Darlene.
sent her my pitch deck, and she goes, "Oh, we'll fix this. Don't worry, we'll fix this." She said she tore it up, you know.
Yeah.
And
Darlene's dope.
and that's actually gotten me like more clients just for making that switch. And so yeah, I have it in my pitch deck, like, okay, this is what it's going to do for you. This is how long it's going to take. This is the process.
Oh, that's good.
Just like a little icebreaker to be like, okay, damn. So if we do hire this guy, it's not going to be done in 2 nights. You know, it's going to take them a week or 2. You know?
Yeah, that's nice, because then they're making an informed decision. Absolutely. It's an informed no. Absolutely. I feel like that kind of lightens up the blow as far as rejection goes, because it's like, okay, well, I told you.
Right.
Yeah.
You know now. So
Yeah.
For the people that don't know, what is a pitch deck?
It's like, for me, it's just a bunch of slides and a PDF that just lay out like the services I offer and what it can really do for the client. You know,
And you send a new one each time for each
well,
project?
it's the same pitch deck,
could
and I
update
just
it,
send it to everybody. You know, and then I'll tailor it to, you know, if there's a company I really want to work with, I'll go on their business and I'll take a picture of their walls.
Okay,
And
okay.
I'll throw it on the tail end of it and be like, hey, this could be you.
Right.
This could be us, you know?
Yeah, that's the hustle.
It's,
Yeah.
it's a fancy slideshow or a fancy PDF.
Pretty much, yeah.
It's a pitch deck.
Yeah. So they do that often in movies too.
Yeah, it's a pitch deck, yeah. No, it sound fancy when you say it, right?
Yeah, it does, yeah.
Yeah, so we make
a pitch
pitch
deck.
decks so all the time. So we're making a pitch deck right now for Grand Valley State University. We shot a video, and so like
Wow.
Yeah, Grand Valley, you know what it is.
they know what it is. So we shot some stuff at their location. We knew we had some people there that hooked us up to use one of their like student hallways, and we did something with an elevator or whatever like that. So part of the pitch deck that we're building right now is to like, hey, we can make a motivational video each semester. And release it to you guys. You can release it on social media and then have some kind of quote.
There you go.
And then like talking about schools or success or blah 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 blah. And so we already had the video made. I could show y'all that later, a little later. But yeah, pitch decks. Yeah, that's
That's good
It's
shit.
a deck of slides that you
Major
use to
key.
pitch.
There you go.
Hey, Canva. Just go to Canva.
That's
Get
what
you
it is, dude. It's
Yo,
Canva.
I
Get
hear
it
about
together.
Canva like holding people hostage these days, man.
Canva.
Like, Canva's the way.
I would marry Canva if I could. It was a woman.
I don't even know what Canva is.
Canva is beautiful.
Canva, we want that
dope.
sponsorship, man.
It's dope.
Send us some money.
Facts. Yo, can we get like a
Canva's
Canva?
putting people out of jobs, too. All these designers.
Man, let's not even go into AI and all types of stuff.
Oh,
That's
man,
a
that's a whole other
conversation for
conversation.
another
Don't get me
day.
started.
But yeah, just to wrap up, so can you tell people like what your Instagram name is, what it represents, if there's like a specific reason for it?
Yeah. Instagram is ASMA.Speaks, ASMA.SPEEKS. And Asma's the name that I write as a graffiti writer, and Speaks is how I speak. I speak through spray paint, speak through art. So
Fire.
yeah, that's where that comes from.
Bang, bang, bang.
Wow.
Wow.
You want to do the new one now?
Yeah, now she
She
wants
scored
to.
your voice.
I'll pull it from the thing later.
Right. But yeah, any last thoughts? Any last things from anybody else?
No, thank you for being here.
Yeah, thank you guys
That
for
was
having me.
amazing.
That was nice.
We appreciate you. Thanks for coming through,
Yeah.
blessing us.
Also, thanks, Dave, for
Thank you,
thanks,
Dave.
for sliding. in.
Always. I got y'all.
Get well, George.
get well
Yeah.
soon.
I'll meet you soon, George.
Bye.
Bye.
Go turn.
And now I just want to listen to the song. That's it.
Thank you.